Alright, it is FrOzenSwipe here, and I'm bringing you some more Battlefield 3 gameplay as promised. And the gameplay that you're about to see is from a game of Rush that I had on Kharg Island or Kharg Island. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it's quite a long game, as games of Rush generally tend to be. And apart from this little kill streak that I get to start and the final play of this game, there really isn't a lot interesting going on. I suppose I probably would have done a lot better if I didn't try and take it upon myself to try and take down the enemy air support, like helicopters and jets and whatnot. And that was pretty much the only parts I cut out of the game, was where I was trying to take down air support and things like that. But yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy the gameplay. But there are a couple of topics that I really do need to kind of touch on in this video. The first of all being spotting. It is an incredibly useful game mechanic that not a lot of people know about, and a lot of people don't use it to its full extent. Pretty much all you have to do to spot someone is just aim at an enemy, and then you press, if you're on PlayStation, you press the select button. If you're on Xbox, you press the back button. And if you're on PC, I think, now don't quote me on this, but I think it's the Q button. So you aim at an enemy, you press select, back, or Q. And what this will do is will put an orange icon on top of your enemy's head, and it'll alert your entire team to his position. So it is incredibly valuable. This also works on vehicles. So I mean, if you say you're running around as an assault and you run into a tank, obviously you don't want it to engage it or draw attention to yourself, because it'll probably kill you. But what you do is, if you spot that tank, it'll tell all your teammates that there's a tank there and not to go anywhere near that area, and also tell any engineers on your team that there's a tank over there, you should go blow it up. So it's incredibly valuable, and not a lot of people know about it, and not a lot of people use it to its full extent. So please, by all means, tell your friends about this, because I'm tired of playing with people who don't know how to spot. The second topic that I kind of want to touch on is the whole fanboy war between Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3, and pretty much how it's a load of bullshit. I mean, you'd see it mostly on YouTube comments and things like that. I tended to see it mostly on Modern Warfare 3 vids. It was usually the Battlefield fanboys who tended to be a lot more vocal. Quite frankly, I think it's bullshit. I mean, yeah, fair enough, Battlefield is out now, but people were making claims that Battlefield 3 was going to be way better than Modern Warfare 3, like, way back before this game was out, before, when we were only just starting to get trailers of the game. I mean, they were saying that it was going to be better, and quite frankly, you can't judge a game based on trailers and speculation. I mean, you need to have the game in your hands, you need to play it, you need to put the time into playing it and giving both games a fair chance before you can actually decide, which game you prefer, which game you like most, and, for what reasons. So, I mean, really, I don't see this whole fanboy thing as a good idea. You really do need to give both games a chance, and you need to see, you need to play both of them, and you need to see which games you prefer. I mean, if you prefer one game over the other, as long as you've played both games, then that's fair enough. But you can't just say, without playing either game, that, one's going to be better than the other. It just doesn't make sense. And of course, now that Battlefield 3 is out, you have a lot of the COD fanboys who are going over and saying, giving some pretty BS arguments as to why Battlefield 3 is shit and why they don't like it. Like, fair enough, they come up with genuine arguments, but some of them are pretty ridiculous. Like, they were saying that, if you use a grenade launcher and you stand near a support ammo crate, the resupply crate, that you'll get unlimited noob tubes, and they're saying that's the same as One Man Army noob tubes from Modern Warfare 2. It's not, because obviously it's nowhere near as overpowered, and you need communication and teamwork for that to happen. And there are all these kind of nitpicky arguments against it, and it's really not that important when you think about it, because the game as a whole, in my opinion, I think it's a really good game. Will it be better than Modern Warfare 3? Quite frankly, I cannot tell you that until I actually get Modern Warfare 3 in my hands and I start playing it. Because, I have no idea how that game's going to play out, because I haven't played it yet. And I'm not going to make any, snap decisions before I've even played it, I mean, that's just completely unfair. Quite frankly, I don't even think that these two games should even be compared to one another, sorry. As, they're completely different shooters. They're both two different ends of the spectrum in terms of what modern first-person shooter would be. Because first of all, you have Battlefield. Battlefield is your more realistic, your more tactical, it's your more tactical first-person shooter. It's slow-paced. The guns have more recoil. It's meant to be a more immersive experience, and you're meant to feel like you're in the middle of a battlefield fighting a war, as opposed to just running around and shooting. As opposed to playing a game. It's meant to try and make you feel like you're in the middle of a war. Modern Warfare 3 is a more fast-paced arcade-style shooter. It's meant to make you feel like you're playing a game more than you're actually fighting a war. Like, I mean, I don't think anyone has played COD and genuinely thought that they were, actually fighting a war, and they actually think it's a realistic representation of war. Obviously Battlefield, you could also claim that Battlefield probably isn't a realistic interpretation of war either, but it definitely is more authentic than Call of Duty would be. Though in fairness, obviously that's why you can't really compare these two games, but although in fairness, if there's any game out there that could potentially take down the giant that is COD, it would definitely be Battlefield. And while it probably has done that on PC, but I don't think it'll dethrone COD on consoles. I just don't think it's going to happen. Though I give my props to DICE. They've made a very solid game, and they've definitely made a good attempt at it. But I think it may take a couple more iterations before COD is finally dethroned. Or it may take them to stop making Call of Duty games before that even happens. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I frankly think it's all a load of bullshit. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Here you see me absolutely fail trying to take out a tank with my lock-on launcher. I can't remember the name of it. But up here pretty much comes the final play of the game. Obviously I picked that guy off. And here it gets really tense. I think they're down to their last couple tickets. They end up planting the bomb, and I feel it's my duty to kind of run out there, try and defuse the bomb, because I got really close. We got really close the last time. They ended up planting the bomb. We couldn't defuse it in time, and they ended up winning. I think we got them down to the last couple of tickets before. Here I rush in, see these three guys, pick off the first guy, pick off the second guy with my pistol, attempt to get the last guy, but he kills me. However, it was just enough of a distraction for my teammate to defuse the bomb and win the game for us. So yeah, that was a bit of a clutch moment there. As always, this has been FrOzenSwipe, and yeah, if you're still watching, thanks for watching.